Hi, bit of a chat about Harvards. I've got a couple of 148s here. They're waiting to be finished. I'll discuss this one shortly, but one of the modifications that this one's getting is LED landing lights and the little red pass light. I'll discuss that shortly. So this model here has got landing lights built in now. This is the Occidental kit. I have put very similar LEDs in. Let's just see how that looks at the moment. I've got a 3-volt battery here. Is that working? That's not working yet. Have I got the right side? Let's try that the other side. There we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'll try and tilt that upwards. That's not too bad. You do need to ensure that you get them sort of pointing forward in a good manner, otherwise you'll get a little bit of a squint look when the lights are on. So I've got the wires coming out of there at the moment. I haven't entirely decided how that'll work but obviously they'll get bent down so that as it's standing on its undercarriage, you could work the wires into a base and have a switch with the batteries there. That was the first one that I've done with the landing lights. Now the slight problem with that at the moment is that the amount of space, where's a little pointer that I can use? The amount of space available now around the LED for the landing light plastic thickness to fit onto, which is there. So those landing lights are pretty thick on their plastic. That is not going to cover this. That is not going to cover the landing lights at all. I may have to remake them out of very thin clear plastic card. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that yet. We'll ponder that. So on this Occidental kit, I've also scribed and cut off the side panels so that you can at least see the cockpit framing. But this was intended to be a minimalist build in that I'm not doing anything extra in the cockpit, although you won't be able to see it in this view, but I have also built in the cockpit floor. So the upper surface of the wing, is the cockpit floor in this model as well. You really have to look to actually see that I've done that, and so that when you look into the cockpit you don't see the bottom surface, you don't see that. And I wanted to just briefly talk about that. This is the Hella kit, and when I discussed the three 1/72nd and the improvements that Airfix could make, I forgot to actually mention that I think it would be an awesome idea to not follow this route, as is so common with the aircraft, where the upper surface of the wing then needs to mate into a wing fillet, which is always such an annoyance to fill in the event that it doesn't fit properly. But on the Harvard, it's even worse in that the cockpit is very big and you can see through, which means that, and I know on a 1/72nd it's hardly viewable when you look at it like that, but I just think it would be a great improvement to provide this part as a single center section upper surface, which also then provides for the canopy floor there. That might give them slight hassles with the fit of the fuselage to the wing, but I think with small fitment grooves, almost just panel line scribings, they could achieve that, or even just slight raised lines. So that would be a really great improvement on the nature of the Harvard kits if they did that. I'll just show you what that looks like on another model. So this is a model 148 where I have rebuilt the entire upper surface. I've even used the rivet tool to give rivet lines. Not sure how much that comes through on there. And then I have built in certain strengthening pieces so that when the fuselage goes on, which is this one, when the fuselage goes on, it does have something to mount to, but we'll get to this model in other videos. That one is a back form, not an injection molded kit. So back to the mounting of LEDs and the upper surface of the wing. I will be working on this one shortly. This one's reasonably well progressed. The Hella cockpit without any extra work done to it. And I'm not going to build the surface in there, not on this one. This will be a fairly simple build. But I do need to ensure that I get a good wing to fuselage joint there. Now you'll notice that I've got silver showing in the undercarriage bay there. That needs to be, well, to be honest, it is an aluminium color unless they overpainted it. So to be honest, it's the green which needs to change. That does differ from user to user, Air Force to Air Force. The tin foil that you're seeing that I've put on this wing, I didn't do on this. Sorry, on this one. Now the big difference is that this aircraft, this yellow one, is going to be Canadian, and that yellow shines through anything from the undersurface of the wing or the inside surface of the wing. So my mounting, the LED itself and everything is slightly visible. And not only that, when you switch the LED on, if you haven't light shielded it on the inside, you would see a whole bit of glow on, your whole wing would be glowing, which is not true of this one. And that's because firstly, this was a darker plastic, a gray plastic. And secondly, I've painted it in a metal color. So it's a huge difference from a very light colored yellow. With this model, I think I did light shield by simply painting a bit of extra black on the inside and then mounting my LEDs. With this one, I've used tin foil and Tamiya tape to try and get an LED that only shines out the front, just the part that you want it to shine out of. And I've also put tin foil in here, though I'm not entirely happy with that. It does give good light shielding, but I think one can achieve, because it's a bit difficult to glue down tin foil. And then mount the LED, and you start getting a bit of a thicker surface, which means you struggle to actually get that LED fitted in. I should add that I also had to file away a little bit of the top and bottom surfaces of the LED. These are 3mm LEDs, but even they need thinning down to about 2 to 2.5 millimeters, I think 2 millimeters. And these will fit then, the red one is the pass light. So the pass light is, I can't remember which side that is, in fact, on the Harvard now. So these would fit in like that. And then the pass light, if you can fit that into a 1/48th, and I might have actually been deciding to do something different with it. I can't really remember now. It's been such a long time since I went, because clearly you're not actually going to get, an easy fitment of the pass light on there. Although I should say like that. That would be more or less the arrangement, but that's too much. Your wings won't be able to close with all of this stuff in there. In fact, as it is, they won't. That's way too far out. It has to be there, but now I can see that's too thick. Anyway, there's ongoing work with that. The intention was that this aircraft was Bessie, with the Canadian Harvard Association, but I don't have decals. I don't have the correct decals for Bessie, or even the correct Canadian decals for that, so that's pending. I have done a fair bit of work on this one, but it's I need to get the right decals. Okay, what else shall I discuss? Okay, yes, this one, I still need to fit this cowling properly. It's got a quite nice engine layout, the Occidental. I just need to figure out how to get that cowling to stay on without, because to be honest, I'd almost rather have it removable. This decal, I'm pretty sure that when I tried to use this decal, it either disintegrated or caused some sort of hassle or didn't fit properly, so in the end I had to hand paint. Not my best work. I just hand painted that one, as I did with, I haven't even put this on correctly. There we go. As I did with the blue on the cowling there, which I quite like the look of. A little bit rougher than spraying, but not too bad. I did make a slight bit of a mess on this model with, and you'll be able to make this out there. There's a line over here where I pulled off the tape that I was using, Tamiya tape, and it's pulled off a section of the clear coat. Not the easiest to see there. It doesn't detract too badly from the overall look, so we'll live with that. Just needs a bit of undercarriage work. It is interesting to note, and you should be able to see this in the video. Do you see that under that decal over here, you can see a whitening? Yeah, that comes out in the video. Now that is the result of using, which by the way didn't happen on that side. So that's slightly interesting. That's the result of using